Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to Ignition. I'm Kelly Bowen, and this is my gorgeous co-host, Carissa Bennett, who is a brilliant New Earth business and personal ascension coach and mentor. And we are going to be taking you on a magical journey. It's a 5-part series. This is video 1, and we're going to teach you how to either, 1, create your own personalized, unique offering that is priced at a level where you can add finance to it as a payment option and get phenomenal results for your clients. Or if you already have a unique offer, how to really expand upon it to get even more magical results for your clients and add finance as a payment option. So, Carissa, because I know that this is your jam. This is what you specialize in. It's why I've got you here. Why is it so important as a coach or service provider that you create your own unique offering?
Amazing. Thank you so much for having me, Kelly, and welcome to Ignition, everybody. Every time I say that or hear that, I just think of R. Kelly.
Yeah, right.
It's the remix to Ignition. So today we're talking about why it's so important to have an amazing, high-value, high-ticket offer. And when I first started as a business coach, the most common thing that people would come to me complaining about or talking about would be how their clients were either not getting the results or their clients were inconsistently coming to see them. And so they would want and have this desire to create this outcome, yet they were, things would come up and life would come up and stop them from actually showing up for themselves. And so flaky clients, flaky income would mean that the process that I would take them through would be creating an amazing offer and process and system that would support their clients to get the results that they actually came for. And, what that ultimately would do was put the coach, the practitioner, the healer in the position of leadership, because ultimately these people are coming to you to be that leader for them. And when we hold that leadership and we hold that result and that outcome for them, we actually create a beautiful pathway for them to get what they want.
Exactly.
And when we don't have that, we hand the leadership over to the client. And the client is coming to you wanting for you to guide them. And when we don't do that, we're ultimately not going to give them the service that they need.
No. And then they tend to lead themselves. And as we know, that doesn't always lead them down the best path. So it's why it's so important that we create this for them. Like, I even recently had an experience with this brilliant practitioner. She's amazing and I'm still working with her. But I remember my first 3 sessions with her, I was really unsure about what the process was. I almost stopped working with her if she didn't have such raving reviews on her website, and that if she wasn't so highly recommended, and that I didn't know, I knew she was a leader in her field in Melbourne for what she was doing, but because she was very much in this one-to-one transactional kind of clinical setting, the first 3 sessions I had with her, I walked out of each one a little bit like, what am I doing? Who's leading who here? Because I've been very used to working in premium containers for when I sign up with somebody. I know exactly why I'm there. My process has been mapped out. I know how long it's going to take to get the result. And that part of my brain can just relax and go, oh, okay, cool. Now I can just focus on being here because I know this is where the journey is going to take me. But it was such a powerful experience with her because she is a phenomenal provider. She's got magic healing hands. She's incredible. But those first 3 sessions, I nearly didn't go back after the 3rd one because I was like, where is this going? What are we doing? Where's the leadership here? And if you are already in sort of like a one-to-one transaction and you are working in this space, the power of this is that you give your clients so much certainty when you set out a container like this. They have it in their their brain can relax like that. I guess the crocodile part of the brain can relax because it knows it's going to get to its result in a period of time, and they can settle in and be really present with you, and their sole focus is what it is that you're doing with them.
Exactly. Yep. And you have people walking away feeling like you're looking after them, feeling like you are certain that you're taking them on the exact path that's going to get them from sad face to happy face.
Yep. So I guess the other thing that I really want to touch on, and you mentioned it briefly, Chris, it was about how when we don't have a premium offering or an offering that really sets out a client's journey is that you can often have like this cash flow roller coaster, because you just don't, unless you're somebody who's got like your bookings booked out for 6 weeks in a row, you don't really know what's going on, and you can get stuck in this loop where you're constantly hustling for clients, or constantly like, when's my next client coming? Or they might be flaky and they've got things booked in next week, but then they cancel, and it really affects your base survival level being your income. And I don't know about you, but there's nothing more unsettling and makes it harder to really show up and serve people is when your own basic needs aren't taken care of. Totally. So if you're not already at a place where you've got your own premium offering, it's so important that we get this set up, because it's going to establish so much more certainty and security within your own field and within your own business, so you can then offer that to your client.
Exactly. And we started our own business and our own offering so that we could create more time freedom and do our passion. And when we're sitting in that base needs not being met, it's really challenging to serve the people that we're here to serve.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
How do you create your own unique offer? What needs to happen? So we like to call this the sad face to happy face process. And we're going to step you through it, and we're going to help you really get clear on what it is that you really love working with your client, and how to take them from sad face to happy face.
Yeah, awesome. And so this can be reflective of your own journey. It usually is. And so when we look back and look at what problem it is that we're solving, you can usually take a lot of data from where we have been and what we now have. And so we are usually sitting in the happy face of our clients and of the people that are coming to work with us. And we have to kind of look at our own journey and sort of reverse engineer and look back to see how we got from where we were before to where we are now.
Yeah, exactly. And with that, think of it too, like this isn't you have to be a master in the very thing. The way that we like to think about it is that you only really need to be 6 months ahead of where your clients are at. And this is where having your own unique signature product gets really powerful, is because you're not really in competition with anybody else, because the breakthrough that you had 6 months ago is the exact breakthrough your clients are wanting to have in that area of their life. And because you've had the breakthrough, you've embodied the codes of what it is to have that breakthrough. So you're the most perfect magnetic person to take them on that shift, because you've recently just been through that journey. Sometimes what I see is when people are looking for mentors, they choose mentors that might be the best in their field. However, with where they're currently at in business to where their mentor is, sometimes it's hard for the mentor to relate to what it is to solve that problem. And there becomes like this, I guess, is disparity the right word? Where it's like, so this is why it's when you have this signature product or offering, there is no competition, because your clients are literally looking for you. They're looking for your codes to take them on this journey. So it's not about being a master in anything. It's more so about being, what is it that you love working with your clients with? Because, if you're going to create a unique product around it, you want to love the product and you want to love doing it. You want to wake up in the morning and be like, yeah, this is awesome. I get to I'm getting out of bed to help several people today do this one particular thing, because I know when they do it, it makes a significant difference, not just to their life, but to their client's life, to their family's life. So the first thing is like, what is it that you love working with your clients? So that this is sort of where you're looking. And then like think back to what's been your biggest breakthrough around that thing, and where are you picking them up in terms of their challenge with the problem? So do you want them sort of like at the beginning of it? Do you want them where they're sort of like they've done a bit of work around it? Like where are you picking them up? Is there anything that you want to add on that?
Just the importance of the uniqueness.
Yeah.
And just how important it is, just based on everything that Kelly just said, to understand that your unique journey and your unique way of embodying the happy face, the way that you express yourself into the world, is the magic that a select group of your beautiful, most soul-matched clients are looking for. And that's where we don't have to be in competition, because there's literally nobody else in the world like you.
Yeah.
And the way that you embody your own offer, the way that you embody your own expression is what they're looking for. And so there's no point looking outside of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to give you a little exercise, and that's, we want you to get really clear on, so one, what is it that you love working with your clients? That's the first question that you want to answer. Number two, where is it that you're picking them up from? So where in the space that they're challenged with this are you getting them from? And what was the process you did, or the process you take them through to get them from there to the thing it is that they're wanting to have, embody, be, become? And then you literally create a linear. So step 1 is this, step 2 is this, step 3 is this, step 4 is that.
Yeah.
Does this make sense? And we'll give you an example of how we've done this for you.
Well, before you go into that, actually, a really powerful way for them to do this for themselves before we give them an awesome example is that you can actually,
why I have her.
is that you can actually look at your history on a timeline. So you can literally, draw a picture of a timeline, look at where your sad face was, which is where you want to pick them up. It doesn't necessarily mean it's at the start, because, you might actually want to pick them up halfway on the journey. You want to look at where you were then. And then you want to look at what timestamps, what big breakthroughs, what processes had you get there. So you go from where you are now, scale all the way back to where you were, and just time by time, process by process, embodiment by embodiment, you look at what it is that had you get from sad face to happy face. And now we'll give you an example.
Yep. So when we were mapping this out for you, I came to Carissa and I said, look, I've been getting these beautiful souls that are wanting to add finance into their business, but they're not quite at a level yet where they might have been in coaching for 12 months to 2 years, but they're not at a place where they've got a premium offering, or that even if they are working one-on-one, they haven't created a personalized package where they're charging $4,000 or more to be able to add finance in. And I was sharing with her how I really wanted to create a beautiful step-by-step process so that these people, instead of me just having to turn them away, I actually had something say, hey, okay, so you're not quite there yet, do this process, and then you will be ready to add finance in as a payment option. So this is why we're here. And here's like some of the typical sad faces that I find I pick my people up at.
Yes. And where you might find yourself as well.
Yeah, and if any of these resonates, then you are definitely on the right video.
Definitely.
So usually I find that when people come to me and they're wanting to add finance in, is that percentage of the people that are paying them with in-house payment plans, they've been defaulting, or they've got the majority of their income coming from in-house payment plans, but it's not really enough for them to live on. Or if it is enough for them to live on, it's not enough for them to really grow and scale their business in a way that they need to create the impact that they're wanting to create and the change they're wanting to make in the world. I also find people come to me when they're wanting to create a container because they're getting frustrated that they know they can get their clients the results, but their clients aren't getting the results because there's a lacking of commitment, because, they might show up for 3 sessions, but then life happens and then they disappear. Another thing that's really big for the people that I work with that they're wanting to solve is cash flow. It's inconsistent, it's up and down. You've got 90% of your business coming in through payment plans, and you've only got 10% of your people paying upfront if you already have a premium offering. And for that in business, as much as I hate this saying, it is kind of true. Cash flow is king. The more cash flow we have, the more change we can make. And then the other little sticking point that's really present for the people that I tend to work with is that they're stuck in this busy or hustling to get more clients because they've got to keep the turnover going, because on the payment plans, they might all of their money is stuck in revenue and they're not actually having it in their bank as cash received. So they're constantly having to go get more clients, and they're struggling to get off this burnout, spinning their wheels kind of wheel. And that's where when finance comes in, it helps them shift out of that. So that's the sad face of where I'm kind of getting my people at. And the happy place that I take them to is they're getting paid in full upfront from day one for at least 70% of their coaching programs. They no longer have to manage their payment plans because it's all with the bank. And it takes the barrier to say yes down with their clients, because instead of their clients having to sometimes pay anywhere up to between $1,000 to $2,000 a month on an in-house payment plan, a $20,000 product on finance is only $100 a week. And most people don't necessarily have a couple of grand to offload a month, but they do have $100 a week. So this is where it gets really powerful. And when you understand like where it is that your clients are at, what their pain point is, where it is that you're taking them, that you can create a step-by-step process to take them on that journey.
Beautifully said, Kelly. And yeah, the thing that I notice the most is that's a result of all of those sad faces is that when my clients come to me, they're feeling really lackluster with their offers. They're not feeling excited about what they do anymore. They get resentful of their clients, and it's not where they want to be, and it's not how they wanted to kind of have their own business and have their own offerings. And so, yeah, like this is a really big solution to that problem that so many people face. And the happy face being how friggin' fun it can be to create an amazing offering and share it with the world and have your clients get all the results.
Yeah. And that's what we're here to really do, right? So what we want you to do, and we're going to step you through, this is just step one. We want you to sit down, answer those questions. What problem is it that you love solving? Where are you picking them up? Where's their sad face? What's going on for them? Where is the happy face that you're taking them to? And what are the steps they need to go through to get to the happy face? Once you've got that, we'll see you on the next video and we'll show you exactly what to do with that. Cool. Anything else you want to add?
That's it.
Amazing.
See you
on the next video.